What is good, my people, my peeps? How are you guys doing out there? I hope you all are doing well. I thought I'd stop in and tap in and give a live stream real quick. And my goodness, I have to admit, I have to say that I'm just saddened and disappointed. Regarding what is taking place and what is tearing my people, my peeps apart by the seams, okay? Apart by the very seams that bind, okay? And I'm speaking on Carmelo Anthony's situation, okay? Peace and blessings to you, my brother. I'm speaking on Carmelo Anthony's situation, right? And so I'm going to speak on it because if you followed me, if you followed my journey, you already know. I've told y'all, even in school, I got in trouble for talking too much. You know, it was wrote on my literal report card. She talks too much in class. That's probably why I went into media in my later years. But I'm going to give my 2 cents. And I'm not happy about what I'm seeing back and forth regarding this case. Okay, so let me just do some systems checking real quick. Do some housekeeping real quick, and then I'm going to get into my thoughts, my opinions, and you probably can tell somewhat of my thoughts, my opinions, simply from the thumbnails. Okay. And that's how I'm going about it biblically. That's right. Not emotionally, biblically. Okay. So I'm going to check to see if we are cooking with some housekeeping. Okay, yes. So we're good. So come on in, hit the like button as you come in, get the algorithm going. And if you have any comments, feel free, whether you agree or disagree. I'm not going to chop your head off if you disagree with what I'm about to say. But I want to approach this topic, this conversation this evening, which is not going to be very long. So come on in here if you're going to get in here and have a seat. You know, I've heard in my walk, in my journey, in my awakening, that the women are so emotional. Women are still, you can't talk to these women. You can't, women, be quiet in the church because you just be quiet and learn. Don't say nothing. I got to say something. Okay? You're following me on Facebook too. That's what's up. Thank you for that. Hardly am on Facebook, but if you catch me over there, that's gonna be a shocker. When I post over there every now and again. Yeah. So, oh my goodness, coming into this awakening and then the journey of understanding that I'm Israel. Yeah. Checkmate. um, but I've always heard Israel from some of the teachers that I've come across. The oppressors, let me say oppressors that I've come across, they have not wanted women to speak. Shh, hush your mouth. Women should not speak. Learn from your husbands. Well, if you don't have a husband, learn from the teachers. Well, there's no teachers. I don't go to any particular church, but I did wind up picking up the Bible for myself and studying to show myself approved. Yes, yes, I surely did. And thank God I did. Hold on, y'all. Studying to show myself approved. Yes, yes, indeed. We're going to go ahead and give myself a hand clap for that. Okay? Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Most High Yah, for doing that. So I'm going to speak on this Carmelo Anthony incident from a biblical standpoint because I have yet to hear men who have steadily have told women, "Shut your mouth, girl." You know, in the Israelite awakening, I have yet to hear it from a biblical aspect. So hey, call me what you want, but call me a seer. Call me a child of the Most High Yah. That's right. That's what you call me, and most definitely call me blessed and highly favored. Okay, that's what you definitely can call me, blessed and highly doggone favored. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into my thoughts, but I'm taking it. And like I told you guys before, I haven't put up a thumbnail with Carmel. This will be the first tonight, I believe. But I've spoke on it in some past live streams that I've done. And I've said, let's be wise. I've given you, for instance, King, um, who was it that I gave y'all? Let me think about it. Uh, the wisest man on, or Solomon, you know? I gave you, for instance, when he had to judge a situation, a matter between two women, and one woman was lying, right? I thought that these men would go to the Bible, the scriptures, even though I know all of it isn't, true. It's been chopped and screwed, if you will. You know what I'm saying? And so I know a lot of it isn't true, but go to it just because, okay? If you want to support this doggone platform, go ahead. The Cash App is below. Go do what you do. Uh, but I'm going to say what I got to say, okay? Today, any other day. Any other day, because I've told you guys also that I've always been a lone wolf. So if you don't want to rock with me, that's fine. But you're gonna get this word today. You're gonna get this word today. And if you are about business and stand on business, uh, do you go ahead? Oh, thank you, honey. Go ahead and share it on Facebook for me. I appreciate it. Do you? Let's go ahead and get into why I am here this evening to talk to you about Carmelo Anthony. I've talked about judging righteously. I have to throw in that we're in this simulation. And in this simulation, if you're located in the United States of America, one of the things here is innocent into proven guilty. Uh-huh. Innocent into proven guilty. And you know what? You can know the facts of the matter in your own way. But in America, the first thing that all of you American citizens have when arrested or under investigation for a crime is the fact that you are innocent until proven guilty. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Um, I've heard so many different scenarios and about this case, but I'm waiting truly until it hits the judge's seat and the bench, and if it's a jury trial or just a trial by a judge decision, whatever it may be. I'm really wanting the facts, all the facts, to come out at one time before I truly make a a kernel decision, right? But until then, in the meanwhile, in between time, I'm going to tell you where my stance is. And you probably should have figured this out by now. Not because Carmelo is black. Uh-uh. No, proven innocent till guilty, right? Okay. It didn't what was the young man that killed Trayvon Martin walking home with Skittles and a soda? What, didn't he get the opportunity to be proven innocent until guilty? Although he followed that young man home from the 7-Eleven, the corner store, the Quick Trip, and Trayvon Martin said, "Stop following me." And Zimmerman, I believe that was his name. He followed that young boy and called 911 as he followed. How can you be so scared and you follow someone home, a youngster, and then kill him because you were so afraid? Instead of running the opposite way, as you know, these were facts of the matter in that case, in that scenario with Trayvon Martin. You followed a young black boy home on his way from get some snacks and you took him out, right? But you, this person, Zimmerman, got the opportunity to be proven innocent. Although everything lined up that this man was pure D guilty of taking Trayvon's life. And guess what? He got off scot-free. Uh-huh. So why are we not giving the same grace to this young brother? But, that's neither here nor there. I'll leave that argument up to the people who's making money off of this situation, the folks that have the bigger channels, and they're making money off of this. Not I, not with this little bitty channel. I'm going to give you the truth, and I'm going to bring it to you biblically as well, so that you can think about what you're talking about and what you're saying, if that's really, where you're coming from as far as wanting to be on the right side and justice for all. Or is it just justice for some? Let's get into it. As you can see my thumbnail tonight, King David, a man after God's own heart. That's right. All my men, stand up, especially my brothers in Israel. Stand up. Stand up. Y'all, let me pause for the cause real quick. Real quick. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. I need my brothers, the teachers, the ones, especially the ones that tell the women of Israel to shut it up. You're too emotional. Because it seems like there's a lot of emotions going on, but I've only heard it between the brethren. The sister is talking. I got to talk because I know I'm blessed, highly favored, and gifted. And I'm going to bring this to you from a biblical aspect. Because, see, my Yah looks down low, but he sits up high. Uh-huh. And if any of my brethren is proclaiming that they follow any of the words in the Bible, and if they're tracking this case with Carmelo in mind, and I talked about righteous judgment, and we haven't even got the fact or to the fact of the matter of making a judgment yet, but we're building and collecting evidence. And I asked my brothers and sisters to make wise judgment, righteous judgment, not trying to butt up to any other nations, thinking that they're going to butt up to you. because you're making a rash judgment. Because let's just take it back. I'm taking you back. Here's another one. Let's look at who you all proclaim. When I've heard you can have this wife, that wife, the third wife, the second wife, and beyond. I have heard my brethren bring up David. Oh yeah. Uh-huh. King David. Oh, they lift King David up on a pedestal, but they looking down low on Carmelo, calling him a killer, calling him all types of names. The trial hasn't even started yet. Let's talk about our beloved King David. You know who King David is, the one who slew Goliath, the one who was just a boy when he slew Goliath, chopped off that giant's head, when many men dared not step to Goliath. There was a boy with 3 stones who slew a terrorist named Goliath. Grew up. But my guy, not only my guy, okay? What's good, Martin? Not only my guy, but the Most High in the Word, right? Biblical. I'm taking this biblical. I ain't got time to be going back and forth. I ain't got time to be getting upset with folks because of my feelings. Because I do have feelings regarding this case, but they're biblically sound. Okay? Biblically sound feelings. The Most High Yah said King David was a man after his own heart. And some of you guys may not be studied enough to understand why is Ethereal bringing up King David's name. What does that have to do with Carmelo Anthony's case? Well, I'm just going to give you just a comparison. It's not, it ain't going to match all the way. But King David was a murderer himself. Did you know that? Oh my God. Oh no. What? Oh no. Don't. Don't boo me. Do not boo me. King David, the man, immortal, after the Most High's own heart, was a murderer. Oh yeah. And not just a murderer. If we had a court back in his day that we could bring this King David, the one that so many Israelite men have proclaimed to lift up, put on a pedestal because he had wives and concubines, They put him up on that pedestal when they talked about him having wives and concubines. How about let's hear about King David, the murderer. Uh-huh. King David, the one who set up a murder. What? That's right. Not a king after the Most High Yah's own heart. Girl, yes. A king that was, after the Most High Yah's heart, was a smooth, cold murderer. A lust-filled murderer. That's right, girl. Girl said ain't so. It's so. He set up one of his own troops that had been out in the field fighting hard for the kingdom and the service of the Most High, of King David. He was fighting. He called it, because you know what? King David at home, he wasn't even in the battle, y'all. He wasn't even in the battle. Most kings they ride out in the midst of a battle, in the midst of war. No. King David was at home. chilling. Matter of fact, he was at home midday. He decided to step out on his balcony, probably sipping a mimosa or some shit, right? Midday, and having to look down on a balcony beneath him because he's the king. He said hi too, and look low on his lands, and seen Bathsheba, bathing. Oh Lord, look at the melanin and the skin bouncing off that sister. Lord have mercy. He must have grabbed his heart and said, Wheezy, I'm coming. I'm coming, Wheezy. Well, y'all oldest, Gen X, y'all can, pick up that if you know if you know, you know. I'm coming, Wheezy. When he seen Bathsheba, okay? When he seen Bathsheba sitting on that doggone balcony, bathing in the sunlight, naked, he fell in love instantly. Well, let's not say love. He fell in lust instantly. But when he realized Bathsheba was the wife of his own soldier, what did King David do? He plotted, not like Carmelo. The instance that we're watching unfold in our generation was not a plot, was not premeditated, okay? And not as such as King David, a man after God's own heart. That's right. A man after God's own heart premeditated a murder. Huh? Say it ain't so, ethereal. It's so. He called his own soldier that was out on the battle in the front. Charge. He called him from the front line, baby. Good. You know what King David did? He wound up laying with Bathsheba. That's right. He was rocking and rolling in the sheets with one of his soldiers' wives. And guess what? Bathsheba came up pregnant though. Uh-huh. He called his soldier from the front line, trying to cover his doggone tracks. A man after Yah's own heart. That's right, plotting, scheming. But it didn't stop there with King David plotting and scheming, trying to cover up his fornication, his lust, and his bastard baby that was on the way. He was going to do more than that. He was going to try to set it up and have his soldier come in and try to have his soldier sleep with the soldier's own wife to make it seem like, that was the soldier's baby. But King David, no, he was rocking and rolling in the sheets with Bathsheba while his main man was on the battlefield fighting. That's right. Well, y'all always, all these women is conniving and this, that, and the third. King David was doing some conniving, dirty, low down stuff. A man after what? Who? God's own heart. Damn. And the Most High already knew this because what? The Most High is a man who knows the beginning and the end, right? He is the Alpha and the Omega, right? He already knew King David was going to do all of this, Sarah. But yet and still, it is written that King David was a man after God's own heart. But King David was plotting and a planning. Brought that man in from the battlefield and said, you've been doing so well after screwing this man's wife. King David looked to his own soldier, a general. Go ahead and have some, leisure, some R&R, some relax, relax. Go lay with your wife. a schemer, a plotter. King David, a man after Yah's own heart. You might say, why you got Carmelo picture up there? Because Carmelo didn't do as much as King David did, plotting, trying to cover up his fornication. But he was a murderer. That's right. The man, King David, that most of these Israelite men lift up on a pedestal. Uh-huh. They lift him up on a pedestal. Why you say that? That's because they got a little of that fornication in their heart still. That's because King David had wives and concubines. Then they look over all of the other things King David did. He was a murderer. What you say? Yes. And his soldier was like, oh no, King David, I will not. Until all the men are back from the battlefield, I will not take any leisure. I will not take any R&R. I will not lay with my wife because my soldiers are on that battlefield still. King David. Yeah, King David, the one y'all lift up. Israel, my brothers. Yeah, my brothers of Yah, Israel. King David was a murderer. Uh-huh. You say, what you mean? A murderer? He just tried to bring the man back from the field. You know, he was screwing his wife. You know, he was trying to cut up that bambino in the stomach. You know how some of y'all, y'all heard about these thuggish, ruggish ghetto girls. You know, y'all like to put them out there. They always say, you the daddy. They always on Maury Povich and all that. Well, King David was the same way. Mm-hmm. You the dad? No, I ain't the daddy. I'm about to plot, scheme. That's right. King David, a man after whose own heart? The creator of all, the most high, Yah own heart, was a murderer. And he plotted. He was a premeditated murderer. That's right. But y'all got Carmelo up here, and he ain't did as half as what King David has done. The one that y'all proclaim to be so y'all boy. And not only y'all boy, he was a man after God's own heart. Matter of fact, they say King David's supposed to come back down too, right? King David's gonna rule in the millennial reign too, right? Not King David, not a murderer, adulterer. Well, you still haven't got to the part where he's a murderer. Get to it, sister. Okay, let me get to it. King David called this man back. I can't remember his name. Bathsheba's husband, back from the battlefield. Bathsheba, a man of honor. So much so he wouldn't even take leave. He wouldn't take leave of his post. He would even go in and have sex with his wife. Because his own men could not even lay their stresses on down low, if you know what I mean. They couldn't relieve themselves of the pressure of the battlefield with their own wives. So this man said, no, King David, I shall not lay with my wife. King David was trying to get that seed from that man up in Bathsheba to cover his own tracks. When he realized that was not going to happen, well, then the devil really crunked up the thoughts in King David's head. King David was a murderer. But half of you men, I can go down your timelines if you got a channel. Y'all done pumped up King David. Why y'all was pumping up King David? Was it because you had lust in your hearts? Lust in your loins? For, concubines and multiple wives? Did y'all forget? King David was a murderer. Smooth like that. Not just a murderer. He was he manipulated, plotted, premeditated murderer. When he realized his servant was was loyal to a fault, he wouldn't sleep with his own wife. The king had been molesting while he was out, putting his life on the line. King David plotted. Okay, we'll take a couple of days and then go back. Go back to the battlefield and lead the men. Lead them. Yo, King David. Uh-huh. And I wish you would say you wasn't pumping up King David, a murderer. Uh-huh. You was probably pumping him up, lifting him up, putting your King David on a pedestal, because he had all the multiple wives and concubines, right? You love that part about King David. Did you pump up and then just shout out from the mountaintop? King David was a murderer. Once he sent his loyal servant back to the battlefield, he said to his servant, another servant he called in, come here. I want you to go back out to the battlefield with, I can't remember his name, Bathsheba's husband, and put him directly in the line of fire. That's right. Doesn't that sound more like a devil speaking than an honorable man of the Most High Yah? Not a man of God's own heart. Yeah, but he did. Because he been screwing his soldier's wife, a murderer, an adulterer. Put him in the front line of the heat of the battle and make sure he takes the sword. Make sure he does not return back to this kingdom. What you say? Girl, you heard exactly what I said. King David, honey, he plotted. He premeditated a murder. Oh, Lord have mercy. But it said that King David was a man after the Creator's own heart. I know. A murderer. Lord have mercy for us all. Mm-hmm. But that's what it says in the good old book, right? Oh yeah, that's what it says. King David, a man after God's own heart, was a murderer. Why you got Carmelo's picture up there? Because it's too much going on. I can't take it no more with the silly back and forth. Mm-hmm. Hey, what's good, Gotten? I can't take it no more. Because if we're not gonna use the good old book, like I asked you guys to, I guess it has to take an emotional woman to speak up. An emotional woman to continue to ask you all. Use the book. It's theirs. Some of it, like I told you, has been corrupted. But my goodness, it's there for your use. But I also have to realize that we are in a day and age of, money changers in the church house. And the church house, my people, my peeps, is no longer in the buildings that hold temples, They're on these internet streets. That's right. Go ahead. I'm passing the dog on bucket around. It's called the Cash App. You can hit it if you like, if you want to support this channel. Oh, that's what it is nowadays, my people, my peeps. The church house is no longer those buildings and cement, mortar and bricks. It's online. And I've said, take your emotions out of it. Use the Bible, use the scriptures to help you make your judgment. Not about black and white. She's black, he's white. You know, Michael Jackson, black and white. No, not all that there. But be wise in your decision making, in your counseling, what you spew out. Because baby, let me tell you, yeah, it's not. It's going to be what it's going to be. Don't think that just because you're here in this realm that your words will not affect you and follow you and mark you and judge you, because they will. Carmelo Anthony, we haven't heard all of the facts of the matter, have we? But we've heard that we want to call him a murderer and a thug and we want to put him down. But don't you lift up King David? I know you do. And if you say you don't, then who are you? Really? Who are you? Oh, but let's continue on, because I'm gonna come from the word. That's how I'm gonna do it. Because we ready to put this teenage boy 10 feet under, 6 feet under. We ready to put him in these, because Texas, let me tell you something about Texas, honey. They love to switch the trigger quick, fast, in a hurry. Death penalty all day long. And people that's not from here hollering about he's a murderer. He took somebody's life for sure. We know that. That's factual and actual. But if you all are so-called men of the Most High Yah, with you not being a camper or whatever you do, or solo dolo, and you're not using the word, the sword, the spiritual sword to make decisions, you just want to make it seem like you are making decisions righteously, but are not, and putting words out there, but you don't call your King David a murderer. You call him a king. You call him a righteous king, matter of fact. You call him a king so righteous he had so many concubines and so many wives, and you looked up to King David. But murderer, you dare not put that first in his title, do you? Hell, even the Most High Yah said he's a man after my own heart, a murderer, King David. But you willing and ready to put this young boy 6 feet under, and you know not what is the plan of the Most High Yah for this young boy. Is he a David? I tell you, there is a switch. Oh, but since I'm using the Bible before I judge. hmm How about Moses? Let my people go. Let me try that one more time. Let my people go. Moses. Moses was a murderer. Ah, clutch my pearls. Say it ain't so. It's so. Oh my God. I go to church every Sunday. I have never in my righteous life heard that King David or Moses was a murderer. You are a liar, girl. And the truth ain't in you. You are going to burn in the lake of fire. Oh, I doubt it, my sister. David was a murderer, and he's been put on a pedestal. That's right. But you're getting ready. You're trying to drag Carmelo to the lake of fire, and you don't know his destiny, do you now? Sit back. Moses was a murderer. That's right. Moses, a smooth criminal. Just a smooth criminal. A murderer. Yeah, wow. You didn't know that, Martin? Yeah, baby. Moses was a murderer. Y'all heard the story of Moses. He was even from an adopted family. He wasn't even a Egyptian. But do y'all even know the full story of Moses, the murderer? Why don't y'all go around calling Moses? Just say Moses the murderer. Because we know Moses says, let my people go. Moses, the one that couldn't even talk good, had a lisp, stuttering problem, weakling. He didn't want to go. He didn't want even the assignment the Most High Yah had planned for him from the birth, because he know you just like he know me, just like he know Carmelo from birth. He knows your plan. He knows your destiny. And Moses, with his studying ass, didn't even want to go to Pharaoh and say, let my people go, with his murdering ass. That's right. Moses was a smooth criminal, a murderer. Y'all know the story about Moses murdering that man? He went down to the city block, had a confrontation. He didn't go down there to have no confrontation. He just down there, confrontation popped off, just like Carmelo. He ain't go to the track meet. Because y'all act like y'all in his head. Y'all act like y'all the Most High. Y'all, like y'all all present. All, what is it? Y'all, like y'all everywhere at one time, and y'all are not. Just like Carmelo ain't go to no track meet. Plotting and planning on stabbing Austin, smooth in the heart. That might have been destiny. Like Moses, let my people go. Shut up, murderer. Are y'all saying that to Moses? Shut your murdering ass up. Because Moses was a smooth murderer. That's right. He went down and stumbled on an incident that was going down. A man so devastated that his wife was being taken advantage of. That's right. He stepped in and smooth murdered a man. But he was a high-ranking officer, a family. You know, he was part of Pharaoh's family. He was found in a basket. They had adopted Moses. But the other slaves, other folks saw Moses murder a man in cold blood. Moses took off, a murderer on the run. That's right. Y'all know half the story. I know y'all didn't go back and read the whole story for your damn self. A murderer Moses was. Flee, left town. Scared. Left town for a while. Before the Most High Yah said, I'm gonna put you in play. I'm gonna put you in play. I got something I need you to do. I need you to go speak for me. You are my voice with your studying ass. No. I can't do it. Most High. I, I can't. I, I can't talk. Shut up with your murdering ass. If I tell you to do something, You gonna do it. Didn't I put the tongue in your mouth? Most high. I, 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 I can't do it. Uh-huh. Moses was a stutterer. He had a speech impediment, couldn't talk to save his own life. But he was also a murderer. You calling this young boy, Carmelo, a murderer, a thug, a this and a that. I haven't heard you all call King David a murderer. I haven't heard you call Moses a murderer. Hmm? No, Moses ain't going to hell. Moses led the people to the promised land. And by the time Moses got to the promised land with his studying ass, okay? By the time Moses got to the promised land with his studying, he still couldn't make it in because he was tired of his own damn people. Because we was partying, doing stuff. He had to go get the tablets twice. The Most High said they was thirsty. He said, speak to the rock, Moses. Moses didn't want to speak because he was a studying ass man. No, he done led these hard-headed people through the wilderness. He ain't speak to the rock. It's 40 years later. But did that stop his title? Did that stop you from knowing that Moses was a murderer? Okay? And he didn't want to speak to the rock. Hell, he didn't want to say, let my people go to Pharaoh. Half of the messages that was delivered to Pharaoh was through his boy Aaron. Moses was so janky, couldn't speak well, nervous as hell. He said, look, I got a partner for you, you murdering ass. Take your murdering ass self to Pharaoh like I told you to do. And Aaron's going to do most of the talking. But you better sing out, let my people go. A murderer. That's right. Mm-hmm. Drop the link. What you got to say? Is it on this topic? Is it about this topic? If it's about this topic, I'll drop the link. If you come up here with some silliness, I'm sure drop you. Okay? Let's see. The link is dropped. So while y'all hollering about Carmelo ain't this and Carmelo ain't that and Carmelo ain't black and I don't support my black folks, then you don't support David, King David. You don't support him. Don't never in your life open your mouth to mention King David because he was a murderer. Matter of fact, he plotted. He thought about the murder he wanted to do after fornicating with one of his soldiers' wives. Don't think about doggone Moses. Moses was a murderer. Couldn't talk to save his life, ran away, even though he was doing something right. Okay. Let me add you up here real quick. Hello, welcome in. Can you hear me? I guess you dropped.
Me.
There we hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. How you doing, Sister E.C. Will? How you doing, sis?
I'm good. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, sis. I'm all right.
So, what you got to say about this conversation we're having tonight?
Now, first I want to ask you this.
No, I don't hear echo. Dropping. Try one more time. It keeps dropping you, brother. I don't know what happened. I'm gonna try one more time. Okay. See if we
Is
get you
there
in here.
echo?
This. No, you're good.
Oh, okay then. Yeah, sis. This is my quick point, right quick. I don't want to be up here long.
Okay.
Okay. First of all,
That is not me dropping you. Trust and believe that is not me dropping you, my brother. I don't know what's going on. I do not like this service. Um, yeah, but that is not me dropping you. I definitely, you back? Okay. Let's see. That is
it
not
keep
me
dropping
dropping.
me.
I know it's not me dropping you. This service is janky. Go ahead, speak fast.
No. Oh, okay. I'm gonna say this. Texas is known as a gun carrying state. Okay, being known. So it don't matter. If it's nice.
Oh Lord, the devil is busy. The devil is busy. I swear to you, that is not me. I have to do this screen share or something, because this platform sucks big time. Maybe because I'm on a free trial basis. But here we go. Speak fast, my brother.
Okay, brother. All right, sis. Him carrying a knife to attack me. That's
Mm-hmm.
nothing new in Texas. Nothing new at all. All right,
Right. Mm-hmm.
because Texas is a gun carrying state. It don't matter what weapon you got. Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead, speak.
Yeah.
Ah, my God. Oh, the devil is busy tonight. And I feel you got a point. I want you to speak it fast. You got to don't wait for me to agree, disagree. I don't know what's going on, but they do not want you to say what you got to say. I need you to speak fast, fluent, in a hurry.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, speak it all out. Don't wait for me to agree or disagree.
Okay.
Just
All
speak.
right. Okay, sis. Texas is a known state as far as people carrying weapons.
That's crazy. Okay, brother. I'm gonna have to try on another night to get you up here. That's wild. Y'all see the devil busy. But yeah, I feel what you're going to say about Texas being a known state for carrying weapons, knives, etc. But I can't read your mind. But it is all good. Next time, I'm not coming on this platform because this platform is garbage. Okay, as far as it keeps dropping, and it's just not what I'm trying to look for as far as live streaming. So I wanted to finish by saying, y'all keep calling Carmelo a murderer, this and a that, a thug, a this and a that. And what I want to say is, I know, dang, YouTube blocked you. Oh my God. That's not YouTube, my brother. I believe that is Restream is tripping. Restream is tripping. And if you're blocked on my channel, I definitely will go back
and unblock you for sure, for sure. Because I haven't blocked you and I haven't dropped you. Trust and believe. Um, but all of this, he's a murderer, he's a murderer. I I want to know, are the folks who are saying that, are you truly about the Most High's business? Because the Most High's business got plenty of folks in that book, and especially the ones y'all uplift and put on platforms and pedestals. Y'all say, well, King David, this and that. King David was a murderer. And we have, you know, Moses, let my people go. A show enough murderer. It's pitiful. It's sad. What is the plans for Carmelo? I don't know. You don't know. We do know he took somebody's life. I'm not saying he didn't take nobody's life. Don't get it twisted. Do not get it twisted. But I am not counting him out. I'm not counting him out. Because the Most High Yah has used murderers, drunkards, okay? All kind of folks with issues. The Most High Yah has used those people. And I just wanted to bring up the two top murderers in the Bible that most men celebrate, commemorate, but forget that David was a murderer, King David. Not only did he murder, he sat there and he premeditated a murder. Moses, the one who led the people out of captivity, was a murderer. And his incident happened on the spot. He didn't go down planning on murdering someone. It happened on the spot. I just keep saying this over and over. Think, use righteous judgment, and crack open your damn Bibles. What the hell is wrong? Or is this just a play for you? Or is this just a game for you? Or is this just money for you? Because for me, you can hate me or you can love me, but I'm going to speak the truth. I don't count nobody out till I hear all the matters of the situation. Because just like the Most High Yah said David was a man after his own heart, and he knew that man was a fornicator and a murderer, but he had him do great things. But trust and believe, David didn't come out scot-free. He still wound up having to pay for issues that he caused, things that he caused. You don't get away from your own sins. But that don't mean the Most High Yah won't use you. All right, my people, my peeps. I'm out, and much love.